Right, hello everyone. As you are aware of, we are about to go live on the topic of GCSE and A level in the UK. So if I can just get any of you that are watching this video to share and like this video so that everyone are aware of our event and join us. I'm gonna leave this 5 minutes for you guys to all join us. And just to repeat myself, this live stream is going to be broadcasting from all the Facebook pages as below: 012VN, 012 Global Arab, 012 Thailand, 012 Global Center, and a Vietnamese page called Scholarship, Study Abroad, and Settlement in the UK. So we've got 5 more minutes for people to come and watch us so we can make a start. So if you guys are watching this, if I can just get you to share to all the pages or share to your friends, anyone that you would like to join us today, so we can make an early start. Hello, Joyce. I can see that your names have popped up. Again, if you can just share this video to anyone that you think are interested or are considering about studying for GCSE or A level in the UK, then that would be really helpful in terms of getting us started. Again, this live stream is going to be broadcasting from 012VN Facebook page, as well as 012 Global Arab, 012 Thailand, 012 Global Center, and a Vietnamese page called Scholarship, Study Abroad, and Settlement in the UK. Hello, Tiffany. Welcome. Once again, if I can get you guys to just share this video with anyone that you think are interested in studying GCSE or A level in the UK, that would be really helpful in terms of getting us started. And again, the live stream is going to be broadcasting from Facebook pages 012VN, 012 Global Arab, 012 Thailand, 012 Global Center, and a Vietnamese page called Scholarship, Study Abroad, and Settlement in the UK. Hello, Joyce. Any of you that are already watching this and have any questions for us, you can start writing your question right now. All right, I think we've got 30 more seconds for everyone else to join, and then I'll make a start. Joyce and Tiffany, could you please do me a favor and share this live stream to your friends or family who are interested in the UK or studying for GCSE or A level in the UK, please? Thank you. Okay, we're gonna start now, guys. So just a quick introduction. This event today is to answer popular questions that our international students usually have when it comes to going abroad for GCSE and A level. And if they have a chance of getting into the top university, some of which belong to the Russell Group in the UK or the Ivy League in the US. And as you all know, 012 Global was previously known as Sky and I. Our reputation lies in over a decade of experiences within the legal advice, accounting, mortgage, and especially in education. So today, for this live event, I am joined by Deaglan, a representative from Chase Grammar School, who had been working with many Vietnamese students in the past. Deaglan, if I can just get you to introduce yourself for a little bit, that would be awesome. Please.
Hi everyone, lovely to meet you. My name is Deaglan. I am the Director of Admissions and Marketing at Chase Grammar School. And it's lovely to be here, so Ching Chao. And thank you for joining us today.
Xin chào to you too. So I'm just going to have the last big word with some of the students, and then we might make a start. So due to the restricted length of time that we have for today, we'll try to answer as many questions as we have. But we're going to do it on a first come, first served basis. We're going to start with the question that we have received prior to the event first, and then we're going to, jump onto the question in the comment box if you guys have any. And once again, this live stream is going to be broadcasting from 012VM Facebook page, 012 Global Arab, 012 Thailand, 012 Global Center, and a Vietnamese page called Scholarship, Study Abroad, and Settlement in the UK. And apart from our regular online webinar, we do have 2 YouTube channels from which you can actually find out more about the UK, about studying in the UK, scholarships, GCSE, A level, or any university application, or your postgraduate studies in the UK, the US, Singapore, New Zealand, Australia. So do head over to our 2 YouTube channels if you do miss this live stream today or any other live stream that we already put up. They are all on the YouTube channels. Apart from that, we do have over 150 more videos on different topics covering accounting, mortgage, legal advice, and study abroad. So, don't hesitate to come over to our YouTube channel. And if all things are in place, we shall start now. So if I can get, hello, welcome back. If I can just get you to introduce Chase Grammar School for a little bit, and what would be the proportion of international students at the school right at this moment, please?
All right, so hi everyone. Chase Grammar School is what you would call a traditional English boarding school. It is based in the middle of England and has 300 students in total, of which 100 are internationals. We would have 10 Vietnamese students in the school currently, and we normally recruit 4 or 5 each year, and then 4 or 5 graduate and go on to universities elsewhere. Like I said, we're based in the middle of England. We have boarding and day students, though our boarding is nearly all for our internationals and our day students are all UK. We make a big effort to make sure that our international students and our UK students work together very closely. They join up in every class and every activity and every session that we do. There is a very, very strong mix. It's normally 2 English students to every international in each class. Our standard class sizes for GCSE and A level would be 13 to 14 students at GCSE. And then in A level, it would be 5 or 6 students in a classroom, depending on the subject area. And we offer a range of subjects across everything you could possibly imagine, and then some more. So there's a lot to offer at Chase Grammar School for every student, for every family, but we try to make sure we are as accessible as possible to students and to families. And so I go out to Vietnam 3 times a year to meet with families over there to discuss the school, but also to have parent-teacher nights whereby we bring staff over from Chase Grammar School to meet with parents to discuss student progress, to talk about exams, to talk about their well-being and life at the school, to make sure the parents feel as much of Chase Grammar School as what the students do. And then that way we make the world seem just a little bit smaller and help out everyone, so parents can get involved in the school, knowing that we go out several times a year and are able to chat to us about problems and issues, as well as the nice things that are particular to them. Yes, and that's a nice little summary of Chase Grammar School. In the middle of England, we are an hour away from Birmingham Airport, 1.5 hours from Manchester Airport, and 2.5 hours from London Heathrow. And our Vietnamese students generally fly into Birmingham Airport. That's where I fly in and out of when I go to Vietnam for my work. So we are very accessible. We can get to anywhere in the UK within 3 hours drive of the school, which means that we can go on activity sessions and we can take weekend trips to anywhere in the UK with our boarding students. How's that?
Thank you for that. I think I think for those of you that are watching and thinking of joining us today, I don't think that it is quite clear for all of them what an A-level test is. So in fact, even though I said we're going to start with what we have prior to the event, do you think you can quickly answer this question for choice?
Yes, of course. So the age groups we are talking about, A levels are the highest qualification a young person can get in the UK. They take 2 years to study towards, and students generally start studying them when they are 16 to 17 years of age. You study 3 or maybe 4 subjects at A levels. So you don't study as many subjects as what you do when you're younger, but you study each of those subjects for more hours. So you get better knowledge and more intelligence in those subject areas. At the end of 2 years, you sit a big test in each of those subjects, and the grades you get from those allow you to go to universities around the world. A levels are not easy. They are difficult, but they are extremely well respected across the world. They are the most powerful qualification an 18-year-old can have around the world because they are used everywhere. So to get into any university in the world, if you have A levels, they are extremely strong to have on your application form, and they will help you get into the top universities in the UK and around the world. And at Chase Grammar School, we're very lucky that our students do go off to top universities. Our Vietnamese students get top grades and go to amazing universities, but they do require a lot of hard work. So they take 2 years to study, and you study 3 or maybe 4 subjects, though most students will study 3. And you will be in classes of 5 to 6 students on average, depending on the class and depending on the school. And it means that you get very, very good time with the teachers. They get to know you very well, and they can help you throughout the process. They are difficult, but they are extremely well respected, and they are the most powerful qualification a young person can get.
Thank you for your answer. And so for those of you that are hesitating because of the whole circumstance that we're in, what kind of short and long-term plan that Chase Grammar School has in place for international students, please?
That's a great question. The current situation is terrible for everyone around the world. The UK is no exception, and we are very well aware of families being worried about sending their children to the other side of the world. But I can assure families that Chase Grammar School is extremely safe, and we take safety as the #1 priority for our students. To give you an example, before the UK went into lockdown, we actually locked down our school. We stopped all visitors coming in and out of the school. We stopped boarders being able to go away at weekends, and we put self-isolation areas in and different study groups. And we made it very, very clear to students that they were to remain apart from each other, to remain very careful, and that we put in extra cleanliness, extra cleaning, extra safety precautions to make sure we were safe. Going forward, in August, we are looking to introduce a 2-week quarantine period for any students joining our school in September. So all of our international students would be coming back in the middle of August, stay with us for 2 weeks before the term starts. This is to ensure everyone's safety, and it would be a quarantine. The school would be on lockdown, and the students would not be allowed to leave. We would run activities on site and have daily things that we do with our staff, but it's there to protect the students. After that, we will have extra safety precautions in place. There's extra hand sanitizers. We would bring in, once again, self-isolation zones. We would have extra health checks. We would bring in social distancing in classes to make sure the students are spread as far apart from each other. And we are introducing different lunch times to ensure as few people are in the canteen at any one time. We will be looking after our students extremely carefully, and this is only the start of what we're doing. We're working on new procedures every day this week, and we'll be producing a full outline to all of our parents in the next week.
That's a good plan, actually. So I think Joy just popped another, actually, 2 more questions for us. Do you think we could take these first, or?
By all means, of course.
Yeah. So she's asking, what is the difference between an A-level and a foundation?
That's a brilliant question. I'll come back to the second one after. I think the second one is linked to the first one. So A levels take 2 years to study, and students can go anywhere in the world to any university with them. A foundation course takes 1 year to study, and students can get into some universities and some courses with the foundation. It is a brilliant program, the foundation, but it is mostly aimed at students who are not strong enough to study 3 subjects at A level. We offer the foundation program, and it is a very popular program. There's usually 10 people on it each year, and they go off to some brilliant universities and some wonderful courses, but it's focused in a few specific areas. It's focused on IT, it's focused on business, and it's focused on a bit of science as well. So it's designed for students to go on to business and IT courses, especially at university. For a lot of international students, that is the preferred choice. They want to go on to business courses, and so the foundation is a great stepping stone. It is not as powerful or as wide-ranging as A-level program, but it is still a very, very good program. It's just designed for students who may not get the grades they want from A-levels to have a different route to go into university. To give you some idea, there are 135 universities in the UK. Every single one of them accepts A-levels. For the foundation program, about 35 accept the foundation program. And of the 35, you can only go on to business and IT courses. So it's just something to be prepared for. It may be that the foundation program suits you, and it is a wonderful course if it does. But if you're looking to go to a wider range of places in the world and to do a different range of courses, then the A-level route is the better route to go down.
Sorry, I might need to take this question for this customer here. He's writing Vietnamese, so I'm just going to take 2 minutes to explain to him in Vietnamese if that's okay with you. Em xin cảm ơn câu hỏi của anh Nguyễn Văn Thưởng ạ. Vì cái livestream của lần này tụi em có quảng cáo như trước đây em có nói với các bạn là nhắm đến những học sinh mà muốn rèn luyện thêm tiếng Anh, các bạn muốn học GCSE và A-level ở nước Anh và muốn được nghe các thông tin trực tiếp từ đại diện của trường. Cho nên là em xin phép là cái video này nó hoàn toàn 100% nó sẽ là tiếng Anh. Còn sau cái video này thì em có thể liên lạc trực tiếp với anh Nguyễn Văn Thưởng để giải thích cho anh nghe về cái phần nội dung của cái video này. Và nếu như có bất kỳ một cái video mà thông tin gần giống như vậy trong tiếng Việt thì em xin mời anh Thưởng cùng tham gia. Thêm một phần nữa là anh Thưởng nếu như có con mà đang ở cái độ tuổi từ 12 cho đến 18 mà muốn sang UK để du học thì anh cũng có thể cho con nghe cái phần livestream này để rèn luyện tiếng Anh ạ. Em cảm ơn anh Thưởng ạ. Sorry about that.
No need to apologize.
Should we just run on to the next question that we've got another student to talk on? Hello, Tiffany. Thank you for your questions. How many subjects does A-level cover?
Okay, so we offer 20 subjects at A-levels, and students can choose 3 or 4 of them to study, and you would study those 3 or 4 subjects for 2 years. Most students, and by mean most, I would say 4 out of 5 students would choose 3 subjects to study. But our range, we offer your English, your maths, your science, your 3 different sciences, biology, chemistry, physics. Each one is an individual A-level. We don't offer Vietnamese at the moment in terms of an A-level, but we are looking to do so over the next year, which means that a student can study 3 A-levels and potentially do Vietnamese as a 4th, which would be a very good grade for anyone coming from Vietnam. We have done it for Thai students, we have done it for Chinese students, and we've done it for our Russian students, and we are looking now to do it for Vietnamese ones as well. But yes, we offer 20 A-level subjects, so whatever your passions are, whatever you are interested in, we are virtually certain to have the subjects that you would like to study at A-level.
Also, Joyce has given us another question, if you don't mind, which also linked to one of our questions here. What are the tuition fees for A-level? I think foundation, we can put that aside, and if you can just cover A-level, I should be able to just contact Joyce after and explain that stuff.
So our tuition fees, actually there's no difference in our tuition fees for whichever age of student they are or whatever subjects they're studying. So the price for A-levels and the foundation program are exactly the same. We charge £32,448 per year. That's UK British pounds. That equates to roughly around 42,000 US dollars. But we do offer a range of scholarships, and we do love our Vietnamese students at GS Grammar School. We work very, very hard with our Vietnamese agents because we do really love our Vietnamese students. They work hard and they play hard, and as a result of that, we offer very strong scholarships to Vietnamese students. We offer scholarships worth up to 50% of our fees, and our fees include everything from tuition and boarding and guardianship as well. We include guardianship as part of our fees. We're one of the few schools in the UK to do this, and with our scholarships, we are one of the cheapest schools in the UK to offer everything as an all-inclusive price. The only things we don't include in our fees are uniform, a computer, and optional weekend trips, but everything else is included. We will pick you up from the airport, and from the moment you land in the UK to the moment you leave the UK, we will take care of you. We include guardianship. We also include half-term stays. You do not need to go away at half-terms. You stay at the school. You stay with your friends, and you stay with the staff as well, who are there to help you with any extra classes should you want them. And we also do not have any exit weekends. So you stay at the school all the time. You don't have to leave for any individual weekends, and you don't have to leave at half terms. You stay with us. So we charge £32,000 per year, but we offer a scholarship to students worth up to 50%. Now, the majority of our Vietnamese students get 33, that's 1/3 scholarship discount, and that's off everything. The scholarship stays with the student the entire time they are at the school. So if you're with us for 3 years, you have the scholarship for each of your 3 years. We include guardianship, we include half terms, and there's no exit weekends, and our fees are all inclusive, which gives really good, clear peace of mind to families, knowing exactly what we are charging and exactly what to expect. We also include airport pickups and drop-offs as well, so you don't have to worry about taxi fees or anything like that.
Actually, just linking to that question, to one of the questions that we have prior to the event as well. So to be able to get those scholarships, what would be the academic requirements?
To get a scholarship, we actually look at everything to do with the student. It's not just about the academics. The academics will get you so far, but we are looking for the attitude of a student. We want a student who is excited to be coming to GS Grammar School and is willing to try everything out. What we have found over the years is that our Vietnamese students love to say yes to things. And the more a student says yes, the more they will get out of the school and the more they will give back to the school. They'll do more volunteering, they'll take part in more activities, they'll take part in more sports teams or competitions for various things. It's those sorts of students that we want at GS Grammar School, and they're the ones who get the strongest scholarships. But we look at the overall picture of a student. We do look at the academics, but we also look at the family situations to make sure that we're doing all we can. We are a family-friendly community school at GS Grammar School. And so if we think a family would struggle to afford fees, we will try our very best to give the biggest scholarships that we can. But we look at school reports, We look at references from the agency, but we also do Skype interviews with the students as well, so that we answer their questions, but we get an understanding of what they want from school and what they're looking for and how much we can help them. And we bring all of that together to give us a very full picture of what a student is like, and then we offer a scholarship based on that.
How many other factors plus the academic, cost as well? So
Yes.
I think I've got two other questions which are similar. So I'm just gonna put one on screen right now. So this student is asking, can I ask how does the foundation exam work? People say it is easier than A level. Would you be able to take this question, please?
Yes, the foundation is not an easy course. It is easier than A level, so I would be lying if I said it wasn't as difficult. And that is because the foundation course puts 3 different areas into one final end of year set of exams, whereas A levels, you get big exams on each of the subject areas. It is only 1 year, the foundation, so your exams are based on 1 year's worth of work, whereas an A level is based on 2 years worth of work. And so when it comes to A levels, it's more powerful because you spend twice as long learning it and learning more subject areas, and so you can go to more subjects at university with it. The foundation works on different modules, and each module you will get a grade on each module. And to go to the universities, you will have to get an overall grade across all of your modules at a certain level. So it could be a pass, a merit, or a distinction. And the universities will say that they want every module on average to be a pass or a merit or a distinction to go on to their courses. But each course requirement is different. Our foundation scores are excellent, but that's because we have been teaching it for quite a number of years. So we know exactly what the students should be studying, and we help them with the English levels and the IELTS and things like that, because you need IELTS to go on to university too. So we help you with all of that, and we get you your IELTS scores. But the foundation course is just a different type of learning to A level. It's a bit more hands-on, a bit more practical, rather than just heavy theory work, which a lot of A levels involve. So it's a different type of learning. It suits a different type of student. And yes, the exams probably aren't as hard when compared to an A level, but the type of student taking the foundation exams, they would find it just as hard because of the way the exams work. So it's a very useful course. It's a brilliant course. It's a very popular course, and it can get into a lot of places, but it is not an easy one.
I can choose this back with another question. How many hours of class time a week should I expect?
Oh, that's a great question. So when it comes to A levels, you would generally be in class for 5 to 6 hours a day. You would normally have an hour and a half on each subject that you are studying. And then you would also have probably an hour and a half free each day. And that hour and a half that you have free each day is designed for you to do the work that you've accumulated through your classes. So you would normally have 2 lessons a day in each of your subjects when it comes to A levels. So it is very intensive, it is very difficult, and there's a lot of hours. And then of course you have your homework in the evening as well. But you are looking at usually about 15 hours, no, it's not 15, is it? Probably around 8 to 10 hours per subject per week, which is why students only study 3 or 4. It's not that you only study 3 or 4 subjects, you're actually studying those 3 or 4 subjects for twice as long as normal. So imagine taking 8 to 10 GCSEs or lower level exams. When it comes to A level, you're studying fewer subjects for a lot longer period of time, which is why they're that much harder and well respected.
And so, well, I think I've got another one on. Right? Will I get homework like in high school when studying foundation?
Yes, you do. Homework is unavoidable. Every student in the school will have homework, I'm afraid. There's no way to avoid it. And the level of homework will vary from year to year and from day to day. But when it comes to someone who is 16 and above, you would expect to have an hour to an hour and a half worth of homework each night. And we provide homework classes for our boarding students so they can do the homework in a supervised environment, but they can also do self-study in their bedroom should they wish. So there's plenty of provision there for the homework, but it is unavoidable, I'm afraid.
guys. It's unavoidable, guys. I work. In terms of accommodation, I think we did cover it a little bit in our earlier questions, but do you mind just having accommodation on its own for this question? What are the accommodation costs when studying foundation and level?
All right, so our accommodation is included in our fees. Our fees are all inclusive, so everything a student needs is included in the fees. So we include in the fees airport pickups, we include our accommodation, we include our tuition, we include all of our meals as well. And some weekend activities are included too. So everything is included as one. Any student an international student wanting to come to our school, if they are under 18, they would have to live in the school. We don't have any option for students to live elsewhere unless the family find those arrangements for themselves. But all of our current international students live with us in the school, and the fees for that are included in the wider fees.
And so in terms of like, if they were to compare tuition fee in terms of A level and foundation, would you be able to give a little bit of advice on that? So what about the tuition fee between A level and foundation?
We charge all of our students the same price. We don't have any price difference between A-level students, foundation students, GCSE students, or even our younger students. All of our international boarding students are charged the same full fee, which is £32,400 per year. But obviously the scholarships will come into effect as well, and that will take the fees right down. I would say the average fee being paid by a Vietnamese family at the moment is about $26,000 to $27,000 US. But we do not have a difference in price depending on the course a student is studying. All students are given the normal price, but we would change scholarships based on the quality of student coming through.
Can we move on to GCSE for a little bit, taking a break from A level and foundation? Can you just quickly explain what GCSE is? And Joyce is also asking how many GCSE will I be studying? And if she hasn't got any background in the subject at GCSE, can she still take it at A level?
Oh, now that is a brilliant question. I love that question. Okay, so for GCSEs are normally studied by students who are 14 and 15 years of age. And then when you turn 16, you go on to do the A levels after that. GCSEs, a student would normally study between 9 and 12 GCSEs. So you can imagine just how many exams there are in that. But you don't study them for as long each day. You might have an hour of 4 or 5 of those classes each day, but you wouldn't have every class every single day. So that's where the difference comes in. The examinations, you study them for 2 years, and you do your exams at the end of those 2 years. And then from that, you progress on to A level. Now, the question about studying a subject at A level, if you have not studied at GCSE, we would look at everything. We would ask you why you haven't studied at GCSE. For most students, they haven't studied it because they weren't able to. They weren't given the opportunity to do so. So we will ask you, normally we'll give you a trial period of a few weeks just to see if you can understand the new subject and if you can do the work within it. Sometimes, for example, students like to study art at A level, but they've not done it at GCSE. We like to see evidence of where your interest is and your passion for that subject is, because we expect students to have some sort of interest previously shown before studying it at A level. That doesn't mean you have to have done it at GCSEs, but it does make a difference if you have. But it's not impossible to study it at A level because you don't study the same thing as what you've done at GCSE. If you take, for example, history, GCSE history might be the Egyptians, whereas A level history might be America between 1800 and 2000. It's a completely different area of learning. So it's not necessarily you don't know the information, it's just about your passion for the subject that we look for. But GCSEs take 2 years. They are done before you go to A levels, and you cannot go to university straight from having GCSEs. You have to have a level above that again. But yes, they take 2 years to study. You would study between 8 and 11, 8 and 12 of them, depending on how strong you are as a student. All of our students would study English, maths, science, and a language, and then they would have subjects in addition to those that they choose from. With A levels, you would have full choice. You could choose any subjects you wanted, whereas at GCSE, you get some choice. Some are compulsory by law, whereas you can choose some others. So you can choose to do art, geography, or history, but you have to do English, maths, and science.
Thanks for that explanation. And also, can we just go back to one of our questions as well? For students that do accept the offer from Chase Grammar School during this time of, coronavirus and everything, would there be any sort of discounts?
Actually, what we've done for this term, because our students are based over, they haven't been able to study at the school, so we have been charging them significantly less this term to study at home. Any student who signs up to join us, or even if they express an interest to join us for Year 12 in September, we will give them online learning from now. So students who say, oh, I'm interested in joining you in September, we will give you links and access to our online classes so you can start getting involved in Chase Grammar School and learning the type of information that you would be studying from September onwards. For any student who does sign up ahead for September, it's not that we have any special discounts, but our scholarship scheme is extremely strong. There are very, very few schools in the country that have a scholarship scheme as strong as ours, offering as big discounts as what we do. And that's because we love our Vietnamese students. And we feel that because we are all inclusive and with our scholarships, we provide excellent value for money. And our students go off to top universities around the world. They apply for Oxford and Cambridge, they go to Russell Group universities, they go to London School of Economics, they go to universities around the world with scholarships. Last year, our top student was Vietnamese. She got 3 A stars and she got a full scholarship to go to Toronto University. The year before that, our top 2 students were both Vietnamese and they got full scholarships as well. So we produce wonderful quality students, we get them into fantastic universities, and we do it at a fee that we think is very, very reasonable, especially when compared to other schools in the UK.
Thank you for that. And so also, I know that you mentioned the Vietnamese student that happened to go to those well-known universities. We also work very closely with, students from other countries such as, the Middle East or Hong Kong or China or even Thailand. Would you have any previous students from those countries that successfully get into those top-ranked universities as well?
Yes, we do. We have students from all around the world at Chase Grammar School. We have got Chinese, we've got Hong Kong, we've got Thai, we've got Vietnamese, we've got Kazakhs, we've got Belarusians, we've got Nigerians, we've got students from all over the world. We work very, very closely with each student to make sure they apply for the right universities for them. We take them on a personal journey. We take them to see the universities. We visit Oxford and Cambridge with them. We bring universities into the school to make sure they get access to the relevant staff and that they get help applying to these places. Me personally, I have worked in university admissions for 15 years across the country. I know all the courses and all the universities better than anyone in any school because it was my job for 15 years. So I help the students with personal statements, with university applications. I can phone my friends in universities and help get a student in when maybe they aren't doing as well as what they should be. We work very hard with all of our students from around the world to get them to where they should be. And yes, they go off to the top universities. I mean, if I just, give me 1 second, look at my list. So this year we have had students go to Birmingham, Bristol, Durham, Edinburgh, Exeter, Leeds, Liverpool, Manchester, Newcastle, Nottingham, Queen Mary, Warwick, University of York, UCL, London School of Economics, Imperial. We've even had students go to Central St. Martin's College for Art Design. We've had them go to the University of Toronto and McGill University in Canada as well. So our students go everywhere, and that's from every country that we bring in. We get students here and we bring them up to there and we get them into the top universities. We work hard and we expect the students to work just as hard to get there too. It's not all on the school. The students have to do the work too. But when we work together as a team, we can do very, very well.
Thank you for that as well. And I think our Vietnamese team in Hanoi has got another question. So I'm going to pop it on the screen. So does the school offer a lot of extracurricular activities?
Oh, wow. Yes, we do. Every single day at 4 o'clock, the school finishes its academic classes. And every day from 4 o'clock until 4:45 to 5 o'clock, we run our extracurriculars. And every day we have 20 different extracurricular activities from students to choose from. So each day, students can try new and different things. We have classes in, it could be art and design, it could be comic books, it could be football clubs, it could be, I'm trying to remember, hold on. I'm trying to remember my list now because there's so many of them. Here we go. So we have got chess club, we've got maths club, we have got science club, we've got the Lego League, we've got French speaking, we have got a Welsh club, we've even got a Japanese club, which is run by a Vietnamese student. A Vietnamese student has taught themselves Japanese and is now teaching other students how to speak it. And that looks fantastic on a university application form. We've got a computer games club, we've got a basketball club, we've got music clubs, we've got rugby games, we have got jazz band, we have got everything. And each day students choose from a different set of activities. So there's plenty out there for them to do. And then we've got something that's completely unique to us. Now, if you bear with me 1 second, I'm just going to show this to you. I'm just going to share my screen. Now, can you see this? So this is our Chase passport. And this is something that's completely unique to Chase. And this is what we do with our students. This is what sets us apart from other schools to help our students get to the top universities. In our passport, we get each student to set 3 different targets in 9 different areas of development. So integrity, problem solving, empathy, leadership, collaboration, different skills that students will need to progress with their careers. When students do very well in these areas, they will go very far in their careers and in life. So we get each student to set a target, 3 targets. And every time they get a target, they get a visa stamp in their passport. And the more stamps you get across the year, the better the prize you get. But when you apply to university, the university will say, tell me about a time you've been part of a team. What was your role? What did you do? You can look at your Chase passport and say, this is what I did for the last year. This is what I did the year before that. And each one of them highlights a different skill set that are really, really useful to students. And that's what sets us apart. It means that when you apply to universities, or even when you go home to see your parents and family, you can show them, say, this is what I've been doing outside of the classroom. Our extracurricular clubs, these are some of the extracurricular clubs. So this is what I was talking about. We've got card games, drawing, journalism, craft club, making things, handball, basketball, puzzle club. We've even got a marketing club as well as a football club. There's something for everybody at Chase Grammar School in terms of extracurriculars. You just have to say yes. The more you get involved, the more you will get out of it. How's that?
A big range of extracurricular activity actually. So I think I've got a student that is very keen on scholarship. I know that we've covered this. But would you be able to just quickly have a word with her? Let me just pop all the questions up for you to see. Can I get scholarship from the school? I'm afraid that my finance is not enough. So if you can just over that question quickly for Clara, please.
Yeah, so we can offer scholarships. We try to offer scholarships to nearly every single international student because when we say yes to a student, we're making a commitment to that student that we're going to work with them and help them. We do not offer full scholarships, I'm afraid. The maximum scholarship we can offer is 50%. The vast majority of our Vietnamese students get between 1/3 and 40% off. 50% is rare, but we do not do full scholarships. No, I'm afraid.
I think this is the best to sort of just get in touch with us at 0123 Clara. So after the live stream, if you have any more questions on the scholarship or how do you want to get it, and if you are eligible for a scholarship at Chase Grammar School specifically, I will be talking to you directly on that topic, if that's okay. I think we've got enough time for 2 more questions, haven't we? Is that okay?
I'm here all day. I'm not going anywhere.
All right then. So this student is asking, how many Vietnamese students have you got at the school at this moment?
At this moment, we have got about 10 or 12. I can't remember the exact number, 10 or 12 Vietnamese students. We normally have 4 or 5 that we recruit each year. And we get the vast majority from Saigon, Ho Chi Minh, yeah, both major cities in Vietnam. We would get both of them from there normally. But we would recruit 4 or 5 each year, and then 4 or 5 would graduate each year too. So we always have the same number roughly staying within the school, and that's about 10. And that's a really nice number because it means that students, you will never be boarding with someone of your own nationality. You will never be in the same room as someone with your own nationality. And that's to make sure that you make friends with other students, but also to help develop your English further. You may be in the same boarding house as a Vietnamese student, but you won't be in a room with another Vietnamese student. But having 10 students, there's normally three or 4 in each year group, which means that you've got people you can make very quick friends with. But also, if you want to make friends with students from other nationalities, it's very easy because you're not with the other Vietnamese all the time.
Awesome. There's some chances there for you to improve your English as much as you can. So also, I think Joy's got another question. If you are, been able to sort of like support with her visa application.
Oh, can the university help me speed up my visa application? Well, we're a school, so we can't necessarily help speed up the visa application. Unfortunately, at the moment, a lot of visa application centres are closed. But we have plans in place for any students that do get delayed, and any student who can't get the visa in time will be able to study distance learning with us until the visa comes through. We can help put pressure on visa application people to make sure that yours is getting looked at, but we can't guarantee that it's going to be any faster. It depends when the visa centres reopen. But the sooner that a student signs up to us, the sooner we can get the application process started, meaning that it's much, much quicker to come through. The later you leave it, the harder it's going to be to get a visa in time. So we encourage students to apply early, to get in on time, and then we can get everything started as soon as possible, meaning that you've got the visa in your hand a month ahead of needing it before you come.
And for all of our prospective students out there, so if you are hesitating because of the whole visa application process, we are here to support you as well. So you not only that you've got the school on your side as the agent, we also support you in your preparation for visa application. We also help you to book your tuberculosis, TB test, also the visa appointment itself as well. So do get in contact should you have any questions about applying for a visa to come to the UK to study. We're going to just take one last question before we head off, if that's okay. So will I be entitled to health care while studying at the school?
All of our international students, as part of the visa application process, students have to pay money to get the healthcare cover that we get in the UK. So in the UK, we have something called the National Health Service, the NHS. And that means that anyone in the UK gets free healthcare for whatever they need. For any international student coming in, you pay for the service in advance along to get your visa. It's part of the visa application process. But it means that when you come to the UK, you are fully taken care of and you've got full healthcare cover through the NHS. When you first come to the school, we will take you to the local doctors and you will register at the local doctors for any medication or anything that you need that you normally get in Vietnam. We would then get it from your local doctors here beside our school. And then every time you need it, we can take you there. We can arrange all of your appointments and you're taken care of. So when it comes to bringing medication into the UK, any bottles of medication must be in English. And you'll find this out as you go through the process. But you'll have to get any medication in English because they will not allow medication in a foreign language in the UK, because our staff and anyone giving that medication won't be able to understand it to know what you should be getting. So it all comes in English. Then we take you to the doctors. The doctors then gives you the medication on an ongoing basis. but that's all taken care of. So you pay for it through the visa process, but you will not have to pay anything else when you're in the UK to use this service.
So thank you for that last question. So I believe that is take us right to the end of our session today. So I do think that Joyce and Clara are still having questions regarding, all the programs being taught at the school, which were covered earlier in the live stream. Also about the support services that are available to the students, scholarship opportunity. We cover all that prior to the very end of our session here. So we're just going to end it on a high note. If I can just get you to give all our prospective students a very positive message in, when they're considering of studying in the UK, going over here for not only GCSE, A-level, but if anyone's thinking of coming here for undergraduate or postgraduate degrees as well.
Yeah, so the best thing I can say that sums up GS Grammar School is every year when a student starts, they stay with us. So for every Vietnamese that joins us, they will not leave until they've got their very final qualifications and they graduate from the school. And every year we get students coming to us based on reputation and word of mouth. So families talk to each other and have told them about the experience they've had at GS Grammar School, how they've loved it, how they've enjoyed it all, how they've made the best friends they've ever made, and how they've come out with top qualifications and gone on to top universities. And we pride ourselves on that. So we know that what we offer is extremely good value for money, but also the quality is there, and that we are very community, family feel of a school, which means that we will take care of you. You are a student to us, you are a person to us, you are not a number or a product. We will look after you, we will do everything we can to take care of you, and we will even come over to Vietnam to meet your parents, to give them a face-to-face meeting and an update on your progress so they can feel part of the school as well. We take grammar school, GS Grammar School all over the world, and we make the world feel just that little bit smaller and everyone a little bit closer together. We are very, very proud of what we offer at GS Grammar School. The students very much enjoy the experience and they love being part of what we do. And that's it.
So as as Deaglan just mentioned, we're here for you guys and we will support you guys. I know that it is a challenging, duration of time and all that, but we are all here. I'm always going to be there for you every single day in this office. I'm available on my phone, on my chat box, on all the 5 pages that you are watching this live stream from. If you are at any point in time feeling like you're not sure about applying to go to the UK to study, anything like that, give me a quick message. I'll call you back. I'll explain everything. And that should, get you going with your decision. So nothing is stopping 012 in terms of supporting our students, supporting all of the school and the university that we are working with. So nothing should be stopping you guys as well. And I wish you students all the best. And if you do have any questions, don't hesitate to head over to our YouTube channel, to our pages, and to my Facebook account as well. And I thank Deaglan for joining us today for the live stream and sharing all the information. I wish you have a good day. And I think I will walk for it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ivy. It's been a lot of fun. Really enjoyed it. And thanks for all the questions.
All right, then. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.